Not now, Mistress Quigley. You wench, you. Now, Hal, what time of day is it?
Thou art so fat-witted with drinking of old sack and unbuttoning me after supper and sleeping upon benches afternoon. What the devil hast thou to do with the time of day?
My lord, thou speakest true.
Shall you make a purse tomorrow, Sir John Falstaff?
Sounds where thou wilt, lad. I'll make one. And if not, call me a villain or baffle me.
Tomorrow, Poins.
Tomorrow, sweet Hal. What says John Sack and Sugar Jack? But, my lads, tomorrow morning, early at Gad's Hill, there will be travelers with fat purses. If you will go, I shall stuff your purses full of crowns.
Who? I rob. I a thief, not I by my faith.
Oh, there is no truth, manhood, or good fellowship in what thou sayest, if you will not stand up for 10 shillings.
Well then, once in my days I'll be a madcap.
Why, well spoken.
Well, come what will, I'll tarry at home. I care not.
Sir John, I prithee, leave Hal and me alone. I will lay him down such reasons for this adventure that he shall go.
Well, God give thee the gift of persuasion, and him the ears of profiting, that the words thy say may be believed and moved. Farewell. Farewell. Farewell.
Farewell, Sir John.
Now, my good sweet honey lord, go with us tomorrow. I have a jest to execute I cannot manage alone. Falstaff shall rob those men that I have mentioned. Yourself and I will not be there. And when he has the booty, if we do not rob him, cut this head from my shoulders.
How shall we part with them?
Why, we shall set forth before them and appoint them a place of meeting, wherein it is at our pleasure to fail. Then will they adventure upon this exploit themselves, which they will no sooner achieve than we'll set upon them.
Very well, I'll go with thee. Provide all things necessary and meet me tomorrow. Farewell.
Farewell. Hal, how does thy father?
As a king should. As he demands, I do. I know you all. And will a while uphold the unyoked humor of your idleness. Yet herein will I imitate the sun, who doth permit the base, contagious clouds to smother up his beauty, that, when he pleases again to be himself, being wanted, he may be more wondered at by breaking through the foul and ugly mists of vapors that did seem to strangle him. And so will I this loose behavior throw off, and like bright metal on sullen ground, my reformation, glittering o'er my fault, shall show more goodly and attract more eyes than that which hath no foil to set it off. I'll so offend to make offense a skill, redeeming time when men think least I will. Farewell.
Poins! Poins, be hanged! Poins!
Peace!
Where's Pato?
She is.
Lie down, thy ear to the ground. Hear the traveler's tread.
Thou liest!
Hast thou any levers to lift me up down on the ground? Thou lie down.
Points, where are disguises?
Here, hard by.
They come.
come.
Stand!
Jesus bless us!
Down with them!
One comes right!
Cut the villain's throat!
Points! Got with much ease. Falstaff sweats to death. Were it not for laughing, I should pity him.
Why, how the fat rogue roared. Where hast thou been, Hal?
With one named Francis, one that never spake any word in his life, then anon, sir. Points, to pass the time till Falstaff come, I prithee do thou stand in some byroom and never leave calling Francis, that his tale to me may be nothing but anon. Step aside, I'll show thee a precedent.
Francis!
Thou art perfect.
Francis!
Francis, come hither.
My lord?
How long hast thou to serve, Francis?
5 years, and as much as to...
Francis!
Anon!
5 years, Francis, be thou so valiant as to play the coward from thy indenture and run from it.
Oh, lord! Sir, I could find in my heart...
Francis!
Anon!
How old art thou, Francis?
Let me see. About next Christmas, I shall be...
Francis!
Anon! Pray, stay a little.
Nay, but hark you.
Francis!
Anon!
Anon, Francis, when, Francis? Tomorrow, Francis, or Thursday, Francis? Or indeed, Francis, when thou wilt, Francis? Anon. Bah, Francis.
My lord?
Wilt thou rob this leather jerkin, crystal pated, agate ring, puke stocking, catascota, smooth tongue?
What, sir?
Francis!
Away, he rogue! Dost thou not hear him call? Francis!
What? Stands thou still and hears such a calling? Look to the guests within. My lord, old Sir John and a few more are at the door. Shall I let them in?
Points!
Anon, sir!
Old Sir John and the rest of the thieves are at the door. Shall we be merry?
As merry as crickets.
Welcome, Sir Jack.
A plague of cowards. Vengeance too. Merry and amen. A plague of cowards. Art thou not a coward? Answer to me that. Oh, and sweet Points.
You fat paunch, you call me coward? I'll stab thee!
Oh, there I call thee coward to be damned in hell. I do have 1,000 pounds, says I can run faster than you.
What's the matter, Jack?
What's the matter? The three of us this morning day took 1,000 pounds.
Well, where is it, Jack? Where is it?
Where is it? Where is it? It was taken from us by 100 men that came down.
What, 100 men?
Yes. Ask them. If they tell you not the truth, they are villains.
We set upon some 3. Or a dozen.
16.
And we bound them.
And they were unbound.
As we were sharing, 6 or 7 fresh men set upon us.
And in came the rest.
What, fought you with them all?
Pray God you have not murdered some.
Nay, that's past praying for. Look, if I tell you a lie, spit in my face. There were 4 that drove at me.
What, 4? Thou saidst but 2 even now.
4, Hal. I told thee 4.
Aye. He said 4.
These all 4 came affront at me, running mainly at me. I took 7. 7 hits at me.
7? Why, there were but 4 even now.
Aye, 4.
7 at least, or I'm a villain.
Prithee, let him alone. We shall have more anon.
Dost thou hear me, Hal? Hal?
Aye, and mark thee too, Jack.
Do so, for it's worth listening to. For these 9 9.
So, 2 more already.
But they began to give me ground. They followed me closely, and I paid. I paid 7 of the 11.
Oh, monstrous. 11 men grown out of 2.
As it would happen, Hal, these knaves came to my back. It was black. I could not see my hand.
These lies are like their father that begets them. Gross as a mountain, open, palpable. Why, thou naughty pated fool, thou whore son, thou obscene greasy tallow keech.
What? Art thou mad? Is not the truth the truth?
How couldst thou know these men when it was so dark thou couldst not see thy hand? Come, tell us your reason. What sayest thou to this?
Come. Your reason, Jack. Your reason.
What? Upon compulsion?
I'll be no longer guilty of this sin, this huge hill of flesh.
This blood, you eel skin, you stockfish, you bull's pizzle!
Peace. Breathe a while, then do it again. When thou hast tired thyself in base comparisons, hear me speak but this.
Mark, Jack.
We, too, saw you 3 set on 4 and were masters of their wealth. Mark now how a plain tale shall put you down. Then did we, too, set on you 3, and with a word outfaced you from your prize. And you, Falstaff, carried your guts away nimbly, with quick dexterity. Tell us, what trick canst thou now find out to hide thee from this open and apparent shame?
Gallants, lads, boys, men of good heart. What? Shall we be merry?
Content. And the argument shall be thy running away.
Enough of that, Hal. And thou lovest me. If to be old and merry be a sin, then I know many an old host that is damned. If to be fat and hated, that Pharaoh's lean kind be loved. No. No, my good lord. Banish Pato. Banish Bardolph. Banish Poins. But sweet Jack Falstaff, but kind Jack Falstaff, true Jack Falstaff, valiant Jack Falstaff, who is all the more valiant now that he is old Jack Falstaff. Banish him not from thy Harry's kingdom. Banish plump Jack, and banish the world.
I will.